Hello everyone, something a bit different today when you're out about in the garden. Well, you need to have some sort of sunscreen or sun protection because you don't want to burn, and that way then you can stay in your garden for longer. So just a quick one. I'm just showing you my recipe how to make homemade sunscreen. It is really easy. Ha ha ha, my favorite. So basically you will need beeswax, white, refined. You can see where I get it from. I think it's awo.com.au, Australian Wholesale Oils. They do beautiful essential oils. You can also make your own insect repellent, which I'll do in another video. So you need, basically ratio is 3 to 1. So 3 oils to 1 butter and beeswax. So I've done here roughly a third of a cup. It just makes it a bit easier. I can't see the third bit. Anyway, so I did about a third of the cup of the beeswax, but a third of the cup of shea butter, refined, that's organic. And then I've put one of these cups, virgin coconut oil, organic, whatever, it doesn't really matter too much. But the better ingredients you make, the better, obviously the better for your skin, because your skin is an organ and it absorbs everything that you put into it. So now, right now, what we're doing, we are melting the shea butter and the beeswax. It will take a little time, just have some patience. So you put that on the stove. We have gas here, and you put it on a low, very low flame, very low, because you want it to melt gradually. So what's going to happen there, you're going to have the beeswax and the shea butter and the coconut oil all kind of blending together. And then basically, once you are done with this, once it's all melted, you give it a nice big stir. You can then, once it's starting to cool, that will set pretty quickly. So just keep stirring it. I will show you the next part. I'll just pause it, but just want to show you the first stage. So you keep stirring it, and then you add your titanium, which will give you the full spectrum protection. It's really that easy. You can even add some essential oils if you like. Not necessarily. You can add a bit of jojoba if you like. I have some, but you don't have to. That will just make it nicer for the skin, and that will last you about 6 months. Well, it should be enough for one summer basically. And we're making this big jar, so that's going to last us forever. See you in a minute. Okay, now, see, that's coming to melting point. It's okay, be careful. That's melted. I will take this out very carefully. Do not do this at home. And then you bring it over here. I've turned it off. Follow me. So then, what you do then, you just add some more, and as you're adding it, that will probably harden. I've actually only added probably 1.5 cups, so I'm just gonna do, I've already added 1, so how many more do I need in here? That's probably a bit too much.
As it's so hot in here.
2. I didn't quite measure this properly, but it doesn't really matter too much. It will just be harder or softer depending on, you know. How much, can you see that? Is it stirring it? You notice? Whoa! What's happening there? It's all kind of gelling together because the beeswax doesn't stay like oil, okay? The beeswax wants to turn back into the beeswax. Ah, I'm gonna...
Your mama's so fat!
Open this. No, don't show me. And I gotta open this. Ah! Here's something you should do earlier, before the video. Doesn't matter. I'm a clone, everyone knows it. Oh my god, I'm trying to open this. There you go. Now, how much of this do we put in? It's alright. It's not going to set that quickly. So now we need, just get another spoon and make sure you get a clean spoon. Now this is going to stain, this is titanium. Titanium, can you see that? Dioxide, okay? That's from the same side. So I'm going to put in about, I think for this size I usually do about a teaspoon. You might think that's a lot, but it actually goes a long way. 15 SPF, something like that. Yep. So if you have darker skin, you might even just be okay with coconut. So this is more so for people with fair skin and kids and even babies. I used to put this on my babies, and because it's all organic, no problems. And there you go. That is your homemade sunscreen. So when it sets, it would look a bit more creamy, a bit lighter than that, because beeswax will take a bit longer to set. And I can show you, maybe I'll pause this again to show you the final product. Okay, so apologies if you heard my 9-year-old. So basically it's still cooling down. It's going to be probably something like, see that there, and that's set. So if you want it thicker, you can, you can put that back on the stove and put some more butter, shea butter, or beeswax is obviously harder. That's going to make it set harder. That's beeswax here, darling dearest. Yes. So if you want it a bit harder, put a bit more of that. But if you just want it kind of a little bit harder, then go with shea butter, because that's not as hard as. And then if you zoom in on my hand here, see how nicely that spreads? Gross white streaking stuff, just a little bit. Normally, sometimes you take the sunscreen and you're like, oh my god, I look like one of those people. What do they call those people? Sports people that wear cricketers. Yeah, cricketers with white noses and stuff. And if you want to show them again, see that? Oh, that's warm too. It's so nice, even though it's quite warm here. And it just spreads and goes right in, and you can just go nuts with this stuff. Safe for pretty much everyone. And I would say this would definitely be about 30 plus, maybe more. So there you go. It's a little slab.
See you next time. Thanks for watching.